Hello everybody, this video might be a little longer than some of my videos lately. I've been waiting to do this video. And this video has to do with the DC Cinematic Universe. Or the dceu. Or whatever you want to call it. But really, I felt like I needed to make this video. And people would ask, why would anybody say they need to make this video? Well, almost 5 years ago, next year will be 5 years, in 2014, no, it was 2015, I relaunched this channel. Now, originally, I had made like a couple videos here and there, about wrestling stuff in 2010, and then I didn't touch it again because I wasn't actively going and making YouTube videos. But then what happened is I saw a movie. I saw Batman vs. Superman, and I was so pissed off that me and my girlfriend at the time, now my fiance, I came home, I asked her if I can use her laptop, and I brought my channel back from the dead. So you can almost say, because of the fuck-ups of DC, I brought it all back. I came onto YouTube and since that time I've made hundreds of videos on this channel and on my sister channel that I have as well. But what I wanted to do is talk about DC and how it hurts me how bad they've failed. Full disclosure, I was a DC fan before I was ever a Marvel fan. I did not know about Marvel Comics. I know it sounds blasphemy. Until I was about 6 or 7 years old, when I started watching their animated stuff, and from there I went into the comics. Before that, Super Friends, Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Flash, Wonder Woman. I read comics, I watched the cartoons, I watched the movie. As much as I hate the Batman series now, I watched the 60s Batman show because my mom had it on VHS. I watched Wonder Woman. I watched Green Hornet, which was a DC property. I really was into DC. I used to write stories about DC, Justice League, Batman, Green Lantern. Batman and Green Lantern are my two favorite superheroes of all time. I watched Justice League and Justice League Unlimited all the way through. Watched Batman the Animated Series all the way through, Batman Beyond all the way through, the Superman cartoon, Green Lantern cartoon, Teen Titans. Anything DC, the DC animated movies, anything that they come out with, I watch. Now what's so stupid is it was 2013. Everybody was waiting and anticipating. I like the Nolan movies, even though they are not Batman movies. They are not even detective movies. They're Nolan movies. So, the world was anticipating what was going to be happening. Because after Superman Returns like completely shit the bed, people were waiting. Man of Steel came out. And that movie was bad. It was the wrong tone, wrong everything, and Zack Snyder thought he had everything well in hand. And then Batman vs. Superman. And then Batman vs. Superman went into production. And I was on the fence with Ben Affleck. Lo and behold, what I know, that was the best part of Batman vs. Superman. And then they got Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, which I didn't agree with that casting decision. They got the guy from Zombieland and Social Network as Lex Luthor. They had Jason Momoa come in as Aquaman. If anything, Jason Momoa, I would have almost put as Batman. And they just truly did not know what they were doing. You can watch my review of Batman vs. Superman, but I was pissed about everything from the whole Martha thing to it's Batman vs. Superman, but there's not a lot of fighting in there, to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Doomsday. And then from there you have some people like Wonder Woman. I don't. It's a Captain America rip-off movie. That's all it is. They added stuff to her and took other things away. Suicide Squad was tolerable, but there was so much they took out of there that could have even made a whole new movie. And then you have Justice League. Justice League was the worst attempt at a team-up movie I've ever seen. The bad guy really didn't have a sense. A lot of them seemed like they were phoning it in. Superman comes back out of nowhere. They fight minions. They don't really fight the boss. There's not a big battle between the Justice League. And then they trolled all the fans saying Green Lantern was going to be in the movie. And then it was, in the opening scene for 30 seconds, they showed the dude who would die where the ring would go off and find Hal Jordan. They showed him. The movie wasn't that good. And then you have everything that's been happening lately. So you have, is Henry Cavill still Superman? Or are we getting somebody else? Could we possibly getting a black Superman? You have the horrible Shazam trailer. Did I really want to see Shazam, aka Captain Marvel, badass motherfucker, be clowning around, acting like a kid? Ooh, I could deflect bullets. Can I touch your bullets? Yes, you can touch my bullets. Drinking a Slurpee and saying I have superpowers. That is dumb shit. It's stupid. It really is stupid. And then you have this crap with the Joker. Now, I was all on board for Joaquin Phoenix, but one, his name is going to be Arthur Fleck, Affleck, and there's stuff going around where he's going to be Thomas Wayne's illegitimate son, which makes him the older brother of Batman. But that's not even part of the DC universe. You then have another Joker movie you're going to do with Jared Leto and Margot Robbie, called Joker and Harley. You have all these movies you keep announcing. You don't know what the hell you're doing. You have no direction. And I have these kind of conversations with people at my work all the time, because they know I love superhero stuff. So, I get asked all the time, what is the difference between Warner Brothers and Marvel? Or Warner Brothers and Disney? Marvel Comics has Kevin Feige. And you know what? For all the people that want to talk shit about X-Men, X-Men movies have been able to come out, be successful in theaters, making money. Justice League made less money in its whole run than X-Men movies make in a weekend. Think about that. Justice League had the Holy Trinity. They had Batman, they had Superman, they had Wonder Woman. You can't make this shit up. DC has yet to perform properly. They don't have anybody. They have shareholders. They have a legacy older than Marvel. They do. They have this old legacy with great people that have made comics over the years. And you have so many characters over so many generations. and you can't make proper movies. Marvel has not missed a step. Look at that. Movies like Ant-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy have made more money than Batman vs. Superman, Justice League, any of that. It doesn't make any sense to me. DC Comics in the movies was more successful when you had bat nipples and Batcock in Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin made more money than Justice League, with George Clooney as Batman. Val Kilmer in Batman Forever with Jim Carrey as the Riddler and Two-Face Tommy Lee Jones, and that movie made more money than anything that DC's doing now. And all the screenings for Aquaman have been crap. And you have Ben Affleck, who's in rehab right now, and who also has walked away from the character. So right now you have no Batman. You have no Superman. And what's really bad is they keep saying that they're making all these movies, that they have a Batman movie in development. You may have a movie in development, but you have no Batman. And one of the weirdest things to me is you have all these source material. You had Jeff Johns for a while, and you guys wouldn't give him the proper things he needed, so it just didn't work. Hell, you could make a Batman animated movie and you could knock it out gangbusters. Here's my biggest problem, and here's a good analogy. This is going to really show my DC roots. You have a completely failed DC universe right now. There is no success. Suicide Squad was not a success. Neither was Man of Steel. Neither was Batman vs. Superman. Neither was Justice League, Wonder Woman, possibly. But in the 90s, you had a DC universe. And you had it with the Superman cartoon and the Batman cartoon, and they crossed over with each other. I remember there's a movie called Batman Superman World's Finest. And that is the moment where I found out Batman was a superior character. Because you had a scene that's so iconic that I remember it like it was yesterday, and the last time I saw this movie, I was 7 years old. It was like the mid-90s, and Superman and Joker are fighting in this museum. Joker opens up his jacket, and there's a kryptonite statue dragon. And Superman cowers and starts going down and is getting weak. And then out from the glass slides in Batman, breaks the glass, kicks the Joker, knocking the kryptonite dragon out of his hand. And Batman doesn't say anything. He holds the dragon, and he just looks at Superman. And that's all you need. It was like, boom. What I don't understand with all these screenwriters that are making these horrible DC movies is there is one man who you should be calling. There is a man who can write a superhero shit, and he has the mind for it, and that's Bruce Timm. Bruce Timm made me care about Superman when I was a kid in The Adventures of Superman, and against some of the dumbest villains. Metallo, Terminator type guy, Livewire, a chick with electricity. Of course, Doomsday is awesome. Parasite, he can drain people's energy. Brainiac, Mr. Mxyzptlk. You have all these people to choose from, and you haven't even opted for one, except for Doomsday, and you ruined that. Let's look at the Batman gallery. Because to a point, the Nolan movies were not good. They were bad interpretations of the villains, except for I like the interpretation of Bane. This is going to piss a lot of people off. I don't like Heath Ledger's Joker. And you know why I don't like Heath Ledger's Joker? It's not the Joker. It is an anarchist, a gangster. There is very few things that represent the Joker in that character. And this whole scar thing was weird. He didn't dress like the Joker. He didn't act like the Joker. It's not the Joker I wanted. And the one thing that people harp on, and I'm going to say this right now, Jared Leto was not a bad Joker. Now, the reason most people did not get that performance, I'll tell you. Because I've watched it and rewatched it. And a lot of the things that he does is he takes Cesar Romero from the 1960s Batman TV show, and he takes the best Joker there's ever been, Mark Hamill, merges it together in a blender, and that's what he got. And there was Easter eggs in the tattoos he had. The tattoos represented the core effect of him. And in those scenes, I felt like I wasn't watching an actor. I felt like I was watching the Joker in Suicide Squad. I cherish that. I truly do. The Joker is a great character. And a Batman movie, it can write itself. You have all these villains that Batman has. And it's just perfect. The DCEU, or as the late great John Schnepp would say, the DCFU, it has no idea what it's doing. It has 50,000 movies it wants to do. It has no direction. It truly doesn't. Now, what the big question is, people would say, well, if you're going to harp on DCEU, how would you fix it? You know how I'd fix it? I would, as bad as it sounds, I would recast Batman. I would recast Superman. Now, here's my pitch to fix the DCEU. Is first off, I would start filming at the exact same time a couple movies. I would do a Teen Titans movie off here where you could have Robin in there, a new Robin with Cyborg over there. You then also film a Green Lantern movie at the same time. And to appease everybody, why not, instead of one Green Lantern, have a team, Guardians of the Galaxy style? That way you could have Korg, Jon Stewart, Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner. Because if you wanted to, you can kill off Kyle Rayner, because everybody hates him. But that way, the people that love Hal Jordan and the people that love Jon Stewart are both happy. They're already filming an Aquaman movie. We already had a Wonder Woman. They're filming Wonder Woman 84 right now. You make Man of Steel 2, and the villain I would choose for Man of Steel 2 is Metallo. Because what you could do is, to take a piece from the original Man of Steel, is have one of the people that got injured in that big attack where Zod and Superman were fighting, he could have got injured and then had to be rebuilt using metal to keep him there. And this little kryptonite that they find, they just assume it's like something rare, and it helps him harness it so he doesn't die. Boom, you got Metallo, who then grows a hatred for Superman. Boom, you got Man of Steel 2. You take Batman, and since this is a Batman that has a rogues gallery, you do The Long Halloween. Now, for any of you that do not know what The Long Halloween is, it is an arc, a story arc that they also did in the Batman the Animated Series. where Batman is stuck in Arkham for one night and he can't get out. And that way you could have Scarecrow, Riddler, Penguin, Two-Face, Killer Croc. He's the same guy that was the Killer Croc in Suicide Squad, just updated his look a little bit. And you add Clayface. I like Clayface, so you could add him. I would also probably add Man-Bat, and you could possibly get some obscure ones in there like Mad Hatter or Scarface. And you could even have the Joker in there. You could put Jared Leto in there. So you could actually get... Who would I pick for the new Batman? There's this actor who, you know, some people might know. He played Negan. I think that if you brought him in as the new Bruce Wayne, that would be good. Or you could even take John Bernthal from The Punisher and Walking Dead. Superman, I would, I think his name's Joe Hom. He was in a American Horror Story Hotel. He played the son of he was like a vampire. And he's also been in other things as well. You could put him in there, and I think that'd be really cool. So you have these movies, and then you could branch off and do Justice League 2. You already set up Darkseid. So by introducing new villains, Legion of Doom, you set up the Legion of Doom, and that way you have a evil team right here, a good team right here, and they clash. And it'll be something different because Marvel has not done that yet. Marvel has not done like an evil villain team versus an evil versus the like Avengers. So you could do this, and this would really correct a lot of things. But one thing that would have to be the focus in these new movies would have to be story. It would have to be story. Because one thing that has not happened lately is they have not really focused on story that well. And there's certain integral things they just need to do. They need to step away from that whole Snyder vision that they had. Because Zack Snyder, he had some good ideas, but he really didn't know what he was doing. And they need one person, like a Kevin Feige. Because it wasn't Joss Whedon, because Joss Whedon came in and fucked shit up. They need somebody in there to fix everything and make it a better universe. And that's what I would do. I would fix a lot of things. And it just, there's all this now content, which makes no sense. So, this is what they need to do to fix the DCEU. It's kind of a pile right now, and not a good pile. They truly, truly need to fix this, and hopefully they can fix it soon. Because pretty soon the Warner Brothers is going to stop putting money into it because it is just churning into a clusterfuck of doom, and they truly need to fix it. Well, I'm Chucky, and these were my thoughts and opinions. I'm also debating bringing back Superhero Showdown, but there hasn't really been enough stuff for me to actually bring it back to talk about it. So, I will talk to you all later.